What's up, Quadcopter fans? HowYourDrone.com. Today I'm going to be flying my F450 Flame Wheel knockoff at night. It is a little bit breezy out. It is has a little bit of moisture in the air. Let's go ahead and flip our switches on our controller. Just haven't got a chance to really see the lights in action on this quadcopter. I do have a parachute hooked up, so possibly launch a parachuter out of here too with the light on them, if we can get everything tuned in. So you can see the lights that I have set up on this quadcopter. I have it fixed to the 3-position switch, so I'll go ahead and leave them on. You might hear that noise buzzing there, and what that actually is that's the parachute candy dropper that's on the bottom of the quadcopter. There's a motor internally running with the servos in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find my parachuter, and if I have them, we'll go ahead and attach this light to the parachuter so we can see the parachute open up. So we're going to go ahead and pick up the quadcopter. We're going to open the bay. We're going to slide the light as well as the parachuter into the cargo bay. So now we have our parachuter and light into the cargo bay. We're not going to fly too aggressively because it's not set up to be aerodynamic. It's just kind of roughly mounted to the bottom on there with some zip ties. The candy dropper is. So we'll go ahead and arm the motors. Put it into self-leveling mode. Now there's some moisture here in the air tonight, so the quadcopters probably need to go in for the night. Probably not a good idea to take them out with this type of moisture, but we're going to go ahead and just take a look at the lights on this quadcopter. So this is the light modification that I installed on this F450. As you can see, very, very loud. We have our reds in the back, our whites in the front for orientation. It is being a little bit jerky today, a little over responsive. So like I said, we do have our parachuter in there with our light. So we'll go ahead and we'll cruise this thing up a little bit. We'll drop the parachute out with the light attached so we can see it. And there it goes. Landed on the ground. We'll close up our parachute bay and just kind of cruise this around a little bit. So it is acting very snappy and fast. Hopefully the air is not affecting it, but it is in self-leveling mode. Right before I took off, it acted a little bit jerky there, so but the horsepower on this thing is pretty intense. So I mean, if we want, we can take this sucker up pretty high, get a good look at our lights from underneath it here, and then I'll bring it in for a hover and hit the 3-position switch so we can see the difference in our light patterns. So we can go to a blinking pattern, we can go off, and then we can go solid on. So this is going to be a short flight here. I just wanted to check out the lights. Like I said, it's acting a little bit too responsive at the moment. A lot of manual inputs are required to fly it. Could be because that candy dropper is not mounted correctly onto the bottom of the quadcopter. So it could cause it to be a little bit off level, not stable. I didn't take off from a level position, which could have caused it to have the gyros or maybe possibly the ESCs not be centered on takeoff. But auto leveling mode's working just fine. It's helping us keep steady and stable, and we'll just kind of do a little bit of a loop here to show off the lights on this quadcopter. And like I mentioned, with the moisture in the air, I don't want to chance it. I don't want to ruin anything. Everything on this quadcopter is exposed. When I grabbed the motor arm to turn it on, it had some moisture on it already, so we don't want that to get into anything and short anything out. So we'll kind of fly over where our parachuter is with the light. Hopefully we're able to capture that on tape. You can see the quadcopter kind of blowing it around right now. But looking forward to doing some more drops with this. Possibly some lights attached to the parachuter. During the day it's a little hard to see. Maybe get a different color parachute, though, something that's a little bit more visible to the eye in the sky since it is so small. But cool little attachment on there. If you haven't seen the candy dropper, how it works, how it functions, be sure to check out the video I made. It shows how to install it on this F450 flame wheel knockoff, and how it actually functions and works. And then I'll be coming up with a better mount here shortly in the future in order to get it a little bit more aerodynamic, so that way I can fly forward a little bit better. So we're going to find a flat spot to land. It's a little hard to see. And with that landing modification with the gear I have on there, works really, really nice. You can go ahead and power off the transmitter, which will shut off all the lights, the power to the candy dropper, turn off the power to the quadcopter too as well. And then we'll go ahead and grab our parachuter that has the light on there as well. So if this video helped you out in any way, definitely leave a like. If you want to see how I set the lights up on this F450, very cheap to do, under $20, and then it'll allow you the ability to be able to fly this sucker at night. Without it, you're flying ghost, and you can't tell what your orientation is. So be sure to subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos in the future.